You're brilliant at what you do, right? But when you hear that dreaded question, so what do you do? Do you struggle to find the right words to describe what you do in a way that gets people wanting to know more? Well, stick with me because in this video, I'm going to share a simple formula for you to be able to answer that question in less than 1 minute and in a way that gets the right people saying, wow, that sounds like exactly what I need, without sounding like you're reading from a script. Hey, my name is Melinda Kitto, and if you are looking for marketing and messaging tips to help you stand out online, you're definitely in the right place. So make sure that you subscribe and hit that bell to be notified when I upload a new video every single week. So you're at a networking event and you just know this question is coming. So what do? Do you either A, clam up and sputter out some kind of mumbled response? It's a bit hard to explain, but I sort of, oh my God, what did I even just say? Or do you B, launch into a stream of absolute verbal diarrhea?
Oh my gosh, I am so passionate about helping women entrepreneurs, and I really help them to dig into their subconscious brain and deprogram all those limiting beliefs, because limiting beliefs really hold you back a lot, and if you don't actually
Or maybe you're somewhere in between where you can get your message across, but at best you get some kind of lukewarm response. Oh, that sounds nice. Good for you. Do you like my disguise? It's actually me. Comment below and let me know which one sounds like you. Well, never fear. I'm going to share some really simple do's and don'ts for how to answer that question and give you a really simple structure that you can use instead. And the best part is this structure works really well when you're at in-person networking events, but it also works really well when you're connecting with people online, maybe updating your website copy or even writing your Instagram bio. So let's get into it. So tip number 1 when it comes to writing your elevator pitch is to be super clear. There's a real temptation when it comes to writing your elevator pitch to want to sound really impressive. Understandable, right? Because the dream scenario here is for you to finish your pitch and have your listener say, oh my God, that sounds like exactly what I need. Where do I sign up? But the temptation to sound impressive often results in you ending up sounding overly robotic and scripted like you're reading for a political ad, getting caught up in industry lingo that doesn't really make sense to anybody else, or trying to come up with fancy or clever ways to describe really basic things. I mean, come on, you don't need to call them undercarriage purification towelettes when the words toilet paper would do just fine. If you've ever finished your spiel and your listener has turned around and asked, so what does that mean? That's a pretty big sign that you've sacrificed being clear for being clever. And when they do ask, so what does that mean? Your next answer is usually pretty clear and concise. So why wouldn't you just start with that answer in the first place? If you're not sure what that clear and concise answer looks like for your business, start by asking yourself how you would explain your business to a 12-year-old. Because 12 years old is young enough that you'd want to be really clear in your explanation so that you're understood, but not so young that you feel like you need to dumb it down to when a mummy and daddy love each other very much type territory. Tip number 2 is don't be all mysterious. You know how McDonald's has their secret sauce recipe? And they want you to know about it because it's what makes them unique, but you don't really know what's actually in it. But that is the exact opposite of what you should be doing when you're trying to explain what it is that you do. Curiosity and mystery can work, but only when the person that you're talking to actually cares. That's why we roll our eyes when we see those posts on social media that are all like, oh my gosh, you'll never guess what happened. Oh my God, what happened? I'll PM you, I don't want to post it here. Like, come on. Here's the kicker. If you care enough about that person, the curiosity factor kicks in and you want to know the answer. But if it's just a random acquaintance in your newsfeed, you don't really give a shit and you don't want to know the answer that badly. So the curiosity factor fails. If you try to be all mysterious when you're sharing your business online, your potential client might momentarily pause in their scroll, but their brain's just going to go, what does that even mean? And they're just going to keep on scrolling right on by. If you're speaking to this person face to face, they might be polite and ask a follow-up question, or they might just move right on to the person next to you in the circle. So curiosity can work, but the trick is you've actually got to make them care first. You've got to make sure you let them know why they should be curious enough to want to learn more. And how do you do that? Well, that's where the next tip comes in. Tip number 3 is to trigger the, oh my God, I need that factor. The big thing to remember here is that when you're explaining what you do, it's not actually about you at all. It's about what you can do for your potential clients. Well, assuming you actually want clients, right? We want people to hear what it is that we do and say, oh my God, that's what I need. They're not going to do that if you're not being clear. They're not going to do that if you're being all mysterious. And they're certainly not going to do that if they don't get how your service is relevant for them. For a potential client to realize that they need or want your offer, they need to understand how it's relevant for them and why they should give a shit. And there are 3 main factors that you need to incorporate into your messaging to help them make that connection. Who are your services for? What are those people really struggling with? And what do they really want instead? When you can connect into those 3 factors, the person in front of you will be able to immediately identify, wow, that sounds like me. That's what I really struggle with. Oh yeah, I've been trying to figure that out too. Or if it's not what they need personally, they might be able to immediately identify someone who does. If you feel like you don't really know the answers to those questions, or you want to get a little bit more clarity, make sure that you check out this video here where I talk about how to choose the right niche for your business. And make sure that you hit that notification bell, because in the next couple of weeks, I'm going to be sharing a new video on exactly how to clarify your message. So hit the bell and you'll be notified as soon as that new video comes out. So once you have those 3 factors figured out, you can start to put them together using this formula. I work with this type of person who is struggling with this specific problem and wants to be able to have this specific result. Clear, specific, and immediately obvious whether your service is relevant to them or someone that they know. Here's some examples of this in action. I work with pet owners who worry that their pet's behavior could be a sign of an underlying problem and who want to be able to get to the bottom of what's going on so that they don't have to stress anymore. I work with mums of young kids who feel like they've really lost their identity after having their babies and want to be able to rediscover what they're really passionate about outside of being a mum. Or my own example. I work with entrepreneurs in online business who struggle to articulate what they do in a way that makes sense to their potential clients and wish they could find the right words to craft juicy and compelling language that makes the right people sit up and say, oh my God, I need that. Now, when you first put one of those statements together, it can still feel a bit scripted and awkward, right? So you need to actually practice saying it out loud. Are there any words that you trip over? Is there anything that feels a bit weird or robotic when it comes out of your mouth? If so, just see if there's another way that you could say the same thing, but that feels more natural for you. Now, here's a little bonus tip for you. When I first narrowed in on what that core message statement was for me, I wanted it to be able to roll off my tongue so naturally. So I challenged myself to inject that statement, or at least a part of it, into everything I was doing online. I wanted to find 1,000 different ways of saying exactly the same thing and get really comfortable with how to weave that into conversation naturally. So if I was doing a Facebook Live, if I was connecting with people in Facebook groups, if I was writing a blog, I would find ways to weave in at least a little bit of that statement by saying something like, the clients that I work with just really struggle with knowing what to say. I just wanted to inject at least one of those identifiers so that the person on the other end could say, oh, hey, that sounds like me. Was it perfect every time? No. But I just got so comfortable saying it and so comfortable weaving it into conversation that sometimes I'll catch myself doing it without even realizing. And the best bit, 2 amazing things happened for my business. First, the more I practiced weaving that statement into everything I was doing online, the more people actually started sitting up and saying, oh my God, that's exactly what I need help with. Secondly, the more I started weaving it in, the more I got known for that specialty. And all of a sudden I had all these people saying, oh, if you need help with that, you should totally talk to Mel. Now, again, if you're not sure what those 3 factors should look like for your business, make sure that you check out my video all about how to choose the right niche. And you can also grab my free worksheet, which will give you real clarity on who that niche should be and how you can start to talk to them. And I'll link to both of those resources in the description below. If this video has been helpful for you, make sure to subscribe, share it with your friends, and hit that like button so that I know you want to see more videos just like this one. Before you go, I really want to hear your elevator pitch. So comment below and tell us who you work with, what they're struggling with, and what they really want instead. And make sure you stay tuned, because in next week's video, I'm going to be diving into how to create an ideal client profile that will get you inside the mind of your absolutely perfect dreamboat clients so that you know exactly what to say to get them paying attention. So hit that bell if you want to be notified when that one goes live. But while you wait for that one, make sure that you check out these videos here where I share more of my online marketing and messaging tips to help you stand out online and sell your offers with ease. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. The next top. That's where the next top comes in. Oh God.
I'm not finished filming yet.